Hello. I'm sorry I'm late. I really am, but I always run 5 minutes behind. I'm sorry. It takes a minute to gather myself because this was the reunion of the century. We haven't had a reunion this good since Portia said, I'm gonna turn it over to Phaedra since Candy sent me a cease and desist.
It was.
I am impressed with
Mhm.
this reunion. I feel like I would say I agree with Whitney. I left this reunion more confused than when I came in because Monica, your story fell apart like a wet piece of one ply toilet tissue in a buttock on a rainy day. Because it's early in the video, I can't say the A word, so I can say buttock or
Right.
tuchus. Tuchus. Your toilet tissue tore up in your tuchus. Your story was implausible. I think that's the word of the day. Implausible.
Mm.
Meaning unbelievable, unfeasible, and something adults with intelligence are not likely to take in as the truth. What were your thoughts?
Who knew these Mormon witches were going to bring it? You know what else I was struck by? And I was waiting for this, the explanation about the punch.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I'm still processing. Like, that was just really the two issues for me. Monica and the Mean Girl book. Give me a break. And
You were trying to be, I still have it. You were trying to be, damn it, I can't hit the button. Monique's binder. Oh, wait, hold on.
right.
Let me make sure nothing's copywritten on there. You were trying to be Monique's binder of receipts. I
True.
still have this from BravoCon. You were trying to do that and you failed miserably. And you know what? I have to say, Heather and Lisa, this was Heather's episode. I think we
Mm-hmm.
need to start there. This was Heather's episode, and I am impressed. I am proud. And then Lisa was great backup because I got to say, when Lisa said, why didn't you lead with the fact that you were reality Von Teese trying to take down Jen to prove to us that you were our friend? Why didn't you lead with that? I was like, that's a damn good question.
It
Because you
is.
kept saying you knew it would come out. But let's get to the notes so we can break down this literal heifersode. So we open with the fact that the girls use the games to shade each other. And how do we feel about that as a housewife trope? Because I'm tired of it, like I'm tired of sound baths and goat yoga. I feel like if you want to say it, be like Ariana Grande. Yes. And say that shit with your chest. Man, say it with your chest. Just go on and say, I think you're a skank hoe at dinner. You don't need a game to disguise the fact that you don't appreciate this heifer's actions. I feel like I'm done with, oh, let's play a game and it's disguised shade. It's just go on and fight.
Agreed. It's a flimsy premise. We all see right through it. We know who sits around and does this kind of crap at their house with their girlfriends. Come on. And really, yeah, we don't need it.
I would say what would be better is like have them take some old Cosmo quizzes that tell more about themselves, and then the girls can connect on that. And it could be a whisper of personal story and a whisper of human connection rather than, oh, we're going to ask shady questions so we can fight each other. Just say, I don't like that you tried to sleep with my husband.
Yeah. Yeah, give me direct confrontate for the issues and go back to the silly little games for, like you said, the more personal, relatable moment. I think even though I didn't want to see anybody lick anything, at least Beverly Hills, I felt like they were kind of accomplishing that with their version of this.
And oh my goodness, I have to write down. I think a cute thing for the channel to do would be for all of us to take old Cosmo quizzes. Hold on, let me write that down. How did you feel about Monica's performance overall?
She's really funny to me because she barks like a dog and then they like get her and she breaks. And because she doesn't have a good rebuttal. She was very bad with rebuttal. It was like watching something crumble.
Yes. Let's see. She did crumble like Phaedra. So then we had like Mary's last moments, and I want to know why the ladies let Mary get away with murder. Mary saying, "Oh, I didn't mean to shade Heather for her weight when I said I didn't know Gucci made a size 14." And then for Heather to say, "Oh yeah, she called me and it was all fine." That was clearly size shade. You were calling her beef to heel. You said, I didn't know Gucci made a size 14. Did she sew 2 size 7s together? You said it out your mouth.
That is not, I didn't mean that. Yes, you did. When you said, did you sew 2 together? You meant it. You know what I think it is? You know how some people have a really mean little dog, but you know it's been kicked in the head or something? It's not quite right. It's got those wild eyes. So you like somehow like are still nice to it. I feel like that's what they do with her.
Not the adoption treatment.
I'm so like because she is so weird, right? Like her house is so crazy. It's the Mad Hatter's table. Like it's so out there, and she's so out there that she's
wait,
like.
hold on. Mary called Whitney racist with no explanation.
She did.
No, Mary explained that. She said, no, hold on. Let's talk about the fact that the Mormon tenements are built on racism. And Heather Gay said, amen.
Yes, but can we talk about how the tenements of her religion are off of child brides and like manipulating your parishioners? Anyway, I'm just saying. It's true. The Mormon religion is very racist. There's so many problems with the Mormon religion, period. However, yeah, like, period. Yes, such a problematic religion, and it's only getting worse. But you did call Whitney a racist and had no direct evidence of that.
That is true. When she said, like, what did I do? There was no defense.
Do you know she did that for legal purposes? She said, so let's just be clear on this show. Be clear. You don't have any exact evidence of me saying anything. I gotta work on that, but
oh no, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Mwah, mwah, mwah. You know what? I have a great talent of picking great impressionists as friends. Because you and Chris, honey, y'all be doing them impressions.
Wow, I feel uncomfortable. The level of white woman that I had to dig up in to get that baby white voice out. Woo! My fillings, Mary, my fillings. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. Anyway,
Killing.
But yeah, I mean, and maybe Mary's right, but at the same time, like, that's like one of those things where the dog's gonna bite you at any time. They are nice to it, but they're scared of it.
So now we get to receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, evidence, everything. Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, evidence, everything. I love how that is the new she had it coming. She had it coming. She only had herself to blame. If you'd have been there, if you'd have read it, I bet you would have done the same. So I fell in love with Monica on the reality show circuit until I found out she was Instagramming about me. Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, evidence.
That was amazing. But bravo.
It was on Bravo, yes.
Right. Oh, pun intended. Pun intended. Bravo in every way. Listen, there was even a representative in the government that used that quote. It was from California, Robert Garcia, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yes, he was, I think, mayor of Long Beach, actually. Anyway, that man, he quoted, something has happened in both worlds when those two worlds collide like that.
It is.
I mean,
I gotta say, I mess with Heather Gay forever for that one. I am so, it is so good to see her get her moment. Because I gotta say, she put that this season on her inbred looking back.
Yes. And she literally is the girl that, like, super nice, has the mean friend, has low self-esteem, has Mormon women issues, right? Is like, has gotten caught lying and doing stupid stuff. Like, I really thought she came off poorly on Girls Trip, but we all love to see it come back around, right? We all love to see the reason that we liked her as the star of the show first season, right? This was came back around. Good for you, Heather. And I liked, just a side note, I think this is her best reunion as far as looks wise too.
Yes, this was her best reunion look wise, and her best reunion content wise. This heifer came with a plot line.
She came with the whole quote. Like, that's going to be, now goes down in history as a part of the pantheon.
Yes.
Of the moment. Like, that's
it is her. The lies.
Yes.
Yeah,
For the camera judge.
Gonna stop saying this one for a motherfucking minute. And other housewives will quote it. Heather Gay, congratulations, Lele.
I'm serious. It was worth it. Was it worth it? It was worth it. It was worth it. The black eye was even worth it.
I just realized I've been using the ad buttons wrong all this time.
Oh.
The way you said, oh.
Well, hey, I understand the implications.
Oh.
Well, I gotta kid you. Listen, doing that.
Everything makes a lot more sense now. Oh. See, this is why I admitted it live on air. Because I want y'all to know, honey, I am bumbling my way through this like everybody there. Please don't think life gave me a guidebook. It doesn't. I just, I dress like I know what I'm doing, but I don't. I mean, really, like the wrong way the whole time. I was like, oh. Oh, that's how that's supposed to work.
Was Chelsea referring to Whitney, Mary calling Whitney racist? That it's not a reason, it's a generalization.
Yes.
I
Yes.
thought so. Yes, Chelsea, I
Yes.
agree. Well said.
Yes. That was not a reason. It was a general.
Right. And that's true. That's true. So I guess maybe technically Whitney being Mormon was a racist by abiding by that doctrine. But she is ex-Mormon. Remember, she went through the whole thing to have her take her off the list, stop asking me for
Mhm.
money. So could we say reformed racist?
What
I
we
don't
can
think she'd
say is you
appreciate.
were part of an organization that has racist principles. So
Yeah,
therefore, we have to give you the side eye. But I will
right.
also not say, oh, if you're Mormon, you're racist, because that is also a blanket statement that is not true. Because that would be like somebody from not from America saying, oh, every white American is racist. No, they ain't. It's a
Yeah,
few. It's a few of them, but not all of them. Not
yeah.
all of them. But this is also when Monica's story about trying to expose Jen fell apart in the tuchus. This is when Monica's all of her excuses were literally torn apart on air. And even Andy was like, well, Monica, I don't know how you can say that when, you've got this burn book out here and you can't act like you're attacking the ladies when you're supposedly attacking Jen, but Jen's not here and you have this burn book.
Oh yeah, he wanted nothing to do with her. He's like, this is, I'm not buying this.
And it also, I feel like she came off more and more unhinged the more and more they pressed her.
Mm-hmm.
There was no excuse for, oh, you were driving by Jen's house because you wanted to see if she was drinking and driving. And then, and then Heather had a Sermon on the Mount moment when she said, if you all could hold the trolls accountable and stop this kind of behavior, Bravo could get higher caliber women to expose their lives.
Mic drop.
I had to sit back on that one. I had to sit back like I came up with that. I mean, just repeating it, I'm like, and I can say, as someone who I've been talked about on Lipstick Alley, my dogs have been talked about on Lipstick Alley. My mother, who is not a part of this channel, has been talked about on Lipstick Alley. Pictures of my father were dug up. Like these people had, and this is at, I'm not even at 100,000 subscribers. And this was years ago, the sick obsession. I've had people with a sick obsession. And it's scary because it's like, okay, why do you care that much? If you don't like me, then don't watch the video. There's a whole bunch of people I don't like. Guess what? I don't watch their ass. They are not invited into my universe. But the fact that you don't like these women and continue to invite them into your universe to try to hurt them, that's terrifying. And that's what we saw on stage tonight. What are your thoughts?
There's two routes that she could have gone. One was to own up to the fact that what started out as a get back at Jen, because I can buy that you wanted to expose this bitch who is awful, who's physically assaulting people. We have multiple sources that, she sounds like a criminal nightmare, which we know that she is. And if you had admitted that then it evolved into something more and got away from you, and you found yourself in a difficult situation, and you have to fall on your sword to a certain extent here, no matter what you do, if you want a chance in hell of being saved. And she tried to take the route, which if ever you do this, you're cooked if you're guilty of skirting the blame and justifying certain things that are just unjustifiable versus getting to a higher level argument of this morphed into something that got out of control. I got into a bad situation, or even admitting like I I found myself in this unique position of being on both sides, and I played both sides, and and broke trust or whatever. I just don't think she's necessarily smart enough to maybe go that route.
I so agree with I would say I would have taken the last one.
Yeah.
I would, because that's really what happened. Like, you never thought you would have gotten on the show and actually been
Right.
able to stick around with these heifers. So yes, I got caught up in some bullshit. There were 6 of us. It was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be fun. It got out of hand. But the thing is, she is obsessed.
And that's the part where what you're talking about is that we, as the viewers, have created this economic ecosystem where digging up these teeny tiny details, is obsessive behavior, is monetarily rewarded, or the attention. Reality volunteers wouldn't have existed if a lot of people didn't tune into the mess that they were bringing up. So that caters to people that are cray cray. And considering her mama put her in the trunk of a car, I think it's safe to say that she fits the bill.
100%. And she had access to surveillance in Jen's home. This is
Yeah.
going so far beyond
Mm-hmm.
what we do. And I can say, I'm a reality show aficionado. I've had this channel since February 2012. So we're going on 12 years of me watching and commenting on reality shows. I enjoy them, but I don't, and I'll even read a story about you that isn't a part of the show. I'll read a story on the blogs, but that's it. I don't go digging nothing up. I don't go through nobody's trash. I don't stake out nobody's house. I don't go other than the Vanderpump restaurants, I've never gone by your establishments. And those are restaurants in Las Vegas or Los Angeles where we're supposed to go.
It's playing in a certain kind of energy that can never bring good back to you. And it's also designating you completely unemployable as a reality star. If you're going to go so far as to be that kind of troll obsessive account, you can't be on the show.
I will say what ruined Monica for me was how many times she tagged Heather in the
Yeah.
negative post
Yes.
about her. That was like,
Mm-hmm.
as someone who's been through it,
Yeah.
as someone who's had people try to tag me in negative shit, as someone who's had to block words from their YouTube comments because trolls want to get in and be willfully obtuse and try to derail my show, as someone who's lived through it.
Yeah.
I know exactly what it is. I can smell the stink of it a mile away.
And you know this, people say the meanest, insane stuff behind a keyboard. We're all
Mhm.
we're all quick to put something really like unkind and unnecessary. And considering, I think that's where Monica exposed herself and had nowhere to hide, is that you didn't just get caught up in this. You actively participated in malicious behavior. You enjoyed both sides. You double dipped and you got caught because you made money off that. I'm sure that the other people that were participating could have had some influence on her about like, no, this is like a business for us now. We're gonna like, continue to be this kind of troll account. But then you just completely separate yourself. I don't know, but there's like, it's her behavior shows that she enjoyed reaped the benefits of both.
And would have, if it hadn't come out, would have used inside information on that show. I mean, on the
Absolutely.
Instagram
Mm-hmm.
for her financial benefit
Yeah.
and to have the ladies under her thumb.
Yeah. I mean, it's undeniable that you had two hustles going on. And besides, you don't get to be that kind of account and enjoy the trust of your coworkers. Okay? Like, I'm not going to have a scene with you and have an honest conversation because I can't trust you at all.
100%. And we have had real honest conversations. You're the first person that knew Pete died. You are the first person I told. I hadn't even told Chris.
And if no one's ever come to me, but if, you know what I mean? Like, if you are a part of that kind of energy that is tearing people down, it doesn't matter anything that you have to say. They are not going to look at you and be like, sure, be a part of this. Sure, I'll forgive, yeah, great, I'll forgive you. Let's all be on a really difficult show, knowing that you stabbed us all in the back and like have no guarantees you wouldn't continue to do it.
And also, Monica showed that she was grasping at straws when Angie was talking about you're a lowbrow rat.
Oh,
And then she said, oh, I'm a low brown rat. And Angie got up. Angie, wait, hold on. Let me make sure I pull my shorts down. Angie said, brow, low brow rat, low brow. It was
said,
like,
don't you dare.
Ain't nobody being racist to you. You acted like a feces. And now you're being held accountable for it. And then her attitude it was more interesting than Phaedra Parks, but it gave me sociopathic.
Oh, and Garcia's not even her last name. She's a Hillary Baldwin. I mean, did you hear all the like regular names? Like, I'm not here to be the ethnicity police by any means, but she already got called on using Garcia to portray something that she's, you know what I mean? Something she's not.
She wanted to be the ethnic housewife on a white show, and because now, diversity is important and you can't have all white shows anymore, she said, I'm going to get in where I can fit in.
It doesn't matter either. Angie's dark orange. She could say it. Burnt orange. What's that? Ochre color?
Pumpkin. She's pumpkin spice.
She like ochre, earth, clay. I mean, she's real close. They all are, but anyway. Yeah.
I feel like this was also such a great reunion because she is not coming back. I think the women were able to lay into her at a different level because they're like, you ain't coming. I ain't never filming with you again. Ever. I think all of them would say, if you want to keep her, we'll walk. And they know they can. They know this is interesting to see. Now that I'm thinking about it, these women have power. Everybody wants everybody wants another season after this, so you can't act like you're going to cancel the show.
You're right. They're the darlings
Everybody
right
wants
now.
to see how their stories go, at least for the next year. Mm-hmm. So you can't recast. They can say, we're not filming with her. And the core 4, even the core 3, you're done. Like, I'm sorry, if Mary wants to film with you, don't nobody care. Don't nobody care.
Yeah. No, Mary's like absurd comedic relief. That's all she got.
Carlos Popper is getting her fill with this. Oh God. Fair. I mean, this like, can we get television that is this compelling now?
Well, and can I just say how interesting and how far we have come when this is an issue that is on TV, that a troll account through social media, this woman was deep in the paint, living this double life as this blogger who actually made it on the show as a housewife, and to have this double agent stuff.
And then also when Monica outed herself and said production knew, and Andy said, oh, they wouldn't have cast you. Why not? Andrew Cohen I want you. You heard me, but you didn't hear me. You
Yeah.
heard me, but you didn't hear me. Andrew Cohen,
Mm,
I want you to explain to me why you wouldn't have casted Monica whatever her last name is. I want to know why you wouldn't have pulled this kind of stunt, because all you've done is make money off of this. You're not going to pretend like you care about these women, because you don't.
they don't.
So we ain't even gonna tell that lie. So
And
why wouldn't you have put a snake in the grass
mm,
and a thief in the temple when you've done it with Phaedra Parks and continue to do so? I want answers, because again, like the only reason I can see you not doing it is, wait, hold on. So you don't care about the women. You can act like you didn't know. Oh, wait, so there is no reason that you wouldn't do it.
I agree as well with Ultraviolet's comment because um Jen said that she already let producers know because like it was discovered that she was doing this like a while back. Um I could also totally see producers hearing about it and asking her and believing her explanation of, oh, I was one of like 6 people. We were doing it to get at Jen because I think they wanted Monica on the show because of her involvement of testifying against Jen more than anything. Because they weren't going to have Jen, but here they were going to have someone that had compelling dirt to tell and was all too happy to do it because she was a disgruntled employee. So I bet you it was much easier to just kind of like take that as the acceptable answer and keep it moving. And I think to your point, when they found out just potentially how bad it was, who cares? They're willing to put Alexis Bellino right back on Orange County. It doesn't matter how mentally stable Shannon is. They're gonna put Teresa and Melissa. You know what I mean? Like they have never shied away from making these women be with unhealthy people.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Or like
um,
Phaedra would say, I'm just acting like how she acts when she's not in a confessional on Traders.
she does do that kind of a lot, doesn't she? So, I think that it's easily believable that production was a lot more aware of it than they're willing to admit.
The fact that they had them have to shoot that scene on the beach, and where was Angie? Keeping Monica busy. Like
Right?
production orchestrated that.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. And you know that they like got into Heather's room after that conversation that she was on the phone, kicked him out regardless. They were like, bitch, open the door. Even when it was open. What? You know what I mean? Like they demanded an explanation immediately. And that's
Show
fine.
beating.
This was some excellent television. I did not think the Salt Lake
Finally.
City women had it in them. I really didn't.
This is the sleeper hit that came out of nowhere. And also, it is, I feel like, too, it's showing you're going to have a rocky first and second season. Third season, that's when you need to be hitting your stride. Fourth and fifth is when we, the audience, are the hungriest for you, are the most interested in you, because now we've gotten to know you and you're like a new best friend. And we just want to spend all our time with you. It's like Housewives of Atlanta used to be, like Potomac used to be. It's that season 4 and 5 magic where
Yeah.
we know you enough to call you on your shit. We know you when you're growing. We know you when you're like, okay, I'm gonna get with you. It's that season 4 and 5 magic. And and Salt Lake City is right at season 4 magic. And I feel like 5 and 6 will be amazing. And then switch out the heifers now.
Yeah.
Don't let it turn into Potomac or
Yeah.
Atlanta. After we have, I would say this, on the sixth season, I want it not all recast, but keep the weakest cast members and then bring on some new ones. And let the strongest be friends of the show. So we still have a little of what we love, but you can keep it new and then get like let them be friends of the show for 2 years. Where it's like, okay, we kind of, we miss you, and then bring them back full time where we've gotten like a rest. We got to crop rotate with these housewives.
We do. We do. That's interesting. I would like to go back and watch episode 4 and 5 of like all the different franchises to see if like they hit the sweet spot, because I think that you're right. They're also still just unpolished enough that they're fallible. And so we can like,
Identify.
yeah, and talk a lot of shit about them too.
Exactly. It's like, you've got enough money where we can talk about you,
Yes,
but we're watching you grow. You're
get good,
humanized,
getting
because
good
like
work
once you get
done.
season 6 money, it's different.
Yeah, it's the glow up time where they usually, hopefully, get some good work done. Skin gets real clear.
Oh, wait, what's my take on Heather? This was her season. I feel like Heather has solidified herself as good television and also a good friend.
Yeah. And really the mascot of the type of woman that's living in Salt Lake City in many ways, right? This woman who had a crisis of conscience with this very restrictive and problematic religion, had a complete break in her identity, has been through a lot in that way, has a genuine heart, but also like has some like inherent issues from the way she was raised that made her a doormat. And watching
Ooh.
her have this um, evolution of a person becoming self-actualized has been very fun to watch. Finally, because there were the seasons where she wasn't doing so hot. I was like, "Ooh, this is not good."
Chelsea asked if we can join. Chelsea, I just put the link in the bottom. We've kind of gone through the episode, so now I open the floor for the open forum. And I would love for you to come on and share your opinions. I want a lot more chat on this channel. I love the comments, my followers, my viewers. You are dynamic. You are intelligent. You have new points of view. I like to think. And I like what you give me to think about. And someone who loves to give us things to think about. Here we have Liam. Now, give us a quip that sums up your thoughts on Monica, because a Brit and a quip go together like cake and ice cream.
Oh, what do I think about irrelevant ignoramus Monica? Well, she got herself caught out of the burn book. She has the lack of intelligence to get shit done. But I've seen Rob and Giselle do half-assed plans more efficiently with a smaller time frame.
Wait. I've seen Rob and Giselle do more half-ass plans with a small time.
I'm sorry, you got Giselle and Miss Thyroid going at it, doing half-ass skints that will fail inevitably.
The lies, the lies, the lies. What are your thoughts?
Hey,
Hey, hon. Wait, you're going in and out.
here's. Oh, I'm pulling over. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, I'm pulling over. I have a comparison because I've been feeling like I'm crazy seeing all these people being like, if Monica's not coming back, blah blah blah, and we love her and all that stuff. I'm like, guys, she's like a psycho. So you know how sometimes Donald Trump, who I'm sure nobody on here is MAGA, but sometimes Donald Trump, there's things that he says, and we're like, clearly, like that's a lie. Like, it very clearly is not true. This doesn't make sense. Like, what's going on? And we're saying that, but then MAGA is over here like, no, like this is true. I don't care that there's evidence from my face. This is true. That's how Monica is. Like, I don't see how. I get that we have to act like what she's saying is true, but come on, y'all. Do we really think that she was an FBI informant after all this? Do we really believe that? No, she was not. She was not an FBI informant. She was not anything but somebody who probably went to the FBI once she got indicted and was like, oh, I have this information. They're probably like, we don't care that you were mean to, like, she was mean to her employees. We don't care. Girl, next. Like, everything that she said is a lie. She is not an actual, everything, her personality is not real. And I don't get how people are, like, buying into anything that she said during this entire season. You can see how manipulative she is whenever she was like, brown, did you say brown? And Annie's like, no, she said low brow. Like,
everybody was like, brown, girl, a low brow rat, which is, by the way, a great insult. And also, shout out to Angie for showing you how to have an argument with someone with a different race and not bring ethnic slurs into it. She called you a lowbrow rat because that's what you are. Those are your behaviors. But you can be anybody can be lowbrow. That's gender neutral, racial neutral, anything neutral.
Exactly.
If you're lowbrow, you're lowbrow.
And she is.
My eyebrows are up here, damn near in the middle of my forehead.
And I think she was so quick to assume race and play the race card. She went in quicker than Pauline.
Kind of reminds you,
oh my God, Liam, that is exactly what it was. She was playing the race card. She was trying to throw it out, and it's like, I'm sorry, you were trumped with the truth because you're clearly a joker. And that wasn't even a big joker. That was a little joker.
Yes.
I have Asperger's, and I have people say, "Oh, you're just playing the disabled card to get through life easy. So you're gonna do fuck all." So I can understand how. I can understand how this person felt offended when the whole race situation came up, because like, you are just so quick to put words in people's mouths, jump down their throat, and make them feel inadequate and minuscule.
I think everything that was said applied. I think that, like, even Heather saying high caliber, all that stuff, I said in the comments, like, if you think about it, Salt Lake City is one of the only, maybe Beverly Hills, one of the only casts that are like, everybody actually has a real job. Like, they have real actual businesses that are decades long. I know you don't like Lisa, Alex, but Lisa, there's articles from way back. Meredith, Heather, Angie, like, Monica does not fit in with them. What is her job? What's her actual job? Swaddles? That's her job?
That we never heard about all season.
But apparently it was talked about. I'm just like, I can't stand her. But I just wanted to say that I'm so glad that she's gone. And I'm glad that you came around, Alex, because I was watching your videos. I was like, how is Alexander Rodgers rooting for Monica? Like, I was
No. I'm rooting for something interesting. I was never rooting for Monica. I was rooting for an interesting story.
I mean, because
the Housewives rarely give us. Let's look at the past 3 weeks of Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medical. So I was just happy that something was giving me life.
And what irritates the fuck about me with this whole situation is that how Andy Cohen essentially lied de facto about not knowing Monica's foolishness. I'm sorry, excuse me, feminine Anderson Cooper, but who the fuck do you think you are?
Feminine Anderson Cooper. Well, I've never heard anything nice about Anderson Cooper, but that's for another episode.
No, I think it's thank you for your services.
Oh, thank you for your thank you for clicking on view.
Seriously, she did help revitalize this franchise, but we don't need them. We don't need any more. Thank you for your services.
Agreed. Do y'all think that she's going to stop stalking now, or do you think it's going to ramp it up? Because I do think she has an obsessive disorder. I know I can't diagnose, but I feel like this would make her just like go even harder.
I agree.
I would say I would say this because now she's a known person. She can't stalk. The only way you are able to be a successful stalker is if people don't know who you are.
Or
The
hire Joe
second
Diesel.
somebody sees her in her mama Range Rover, she's a news story.
Mm.
She will then be hounded by people just like her that want to make a quick buck off a click and a view.
Mm.
And now she is going to understand exactly what that feels like. Except she won't have that beautiful, bravo, healthy salary at the end of the rainbow like Heather does, like Lisa does. She just gonna be out there flapping on a wing with no prayers.
Right.
And also, like, you got the whole situation with Mary Cosby, who's assumed that she's going to return as a friend of the show next season. How can you assume you're going to be returning at all with your lack of plot line?
Right.
Mary, no, I'll tell you why. I'm gonna speak on it.
Go ahead.
Mary feels the way she feels because ain't no other in Salt Lake City that are willing to be on the show. So she knows she has security as an affirmative action hire. Just like Crystal has security as an affirmative action hire to be on Beverly Hills and not say anything for 3 seasons. I'm going to say it. If you don't like it, lump it. I'm sorry. That's what I'm getting. Because they have no plot line. They are just there for the sake of being there so we can say we have a spot of color. I see tokenism. Token. I call token. That's what it looks like. And if, I'm sorry, you have this multiculti woman on your show, but you ain't using her, but she's there in the promo pictures. That's what I see.
Yeah, it's just like I just think a friend of the show is just too much of a stretch. I understand what you're saying, Alex, about the multiculti thing, but is it truly worth it to have Deadwood of that caliber on your show that would give you nothing?
Wait, hold on. Chris is in the room. Chris, can you shimmy on in? I didn't even see Chris was in the chat. He said that burn book was wiggity, 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 whack. Like, ma'am, you're 40. Excuse me. I'm 40. And at 40, I wouldn't be showing up with the burn book. I showed up with Monique's binder at BravoCon because it was it was a gag on my iPad. I mean, I did ask some pointed questions. I definitely got Kyle Richards unsettled, but
you made fetch happen.
You're a comedian. It works. But Monica, she's just being a.
They paid it dust. That's why it didn't work. They're just like, girl, really? Next.
oh,
they
and
were not
can we
worried
talk about that for a minute? Let's talk about it because Andy Cohen didn't. Andy Cohen, like, wait, hold on. Ultraviolet said, Andy flipped through a few pages and said, what's the purpose of this?
I'm supposed Andy could read.
And that's the thing. It's like, if you're going, like, he never took Monique's binder because Monique opened it up and said, is his number 410? It was, oh, okay. It's the lies that was having that echo. The lies, honey, you just got to come on when you, wait, hold on. No, you got to echo, hun. Because that was driving me up the wall. I was like, why am I buzzing? Where's the gnat? Oh, Teddy Mellencamp's doing her podcast right now.
Or Carlos King buzzing around the bee he is.
Yeah, he's probably in the chat right now. Hey, Carlos. This is what it sounds like when you can enunciate and pronounce your T's. You see, the tip of your tongue should touch the back of your teeth ever so gently. Try it.
And my advice, Carlos, take an antihistamine. Take an
Oh.
Because you're swelling up, dear.
Do you think Carlos is going to try to interview Monica?
If he has any common sense, he would.
Great question, Aaron.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Ooh. Now also I will say this. That ooh.
I
Yeah,
know.
that is really like what you asked is like a 3-pronged question.
Yeah, I know.
In my mind, it's does Carlos have the pull?
Yes.
The
Agreed.
pull to get a new housewife girl. Because remember, you may have pissed off everybody on Housewives of Salt Lake City, but those women are old and insignificant.
And petty.
They are petty and not that great of business women. So those women are not the end all be all. Bravo, however, is a little moist in the pussy for you because you are willing to do whatever you need to do to get the job done.
She needs to go on Traders.
I was gonna say that. I was
Sorry.
building. Oh my God.
Oh, Alex, I just put the scenario together. Her and Phaedra Parks on Triers.
Oh. I mean, she is like the thing
Imagine
is,
the collaboration
you're
team.
never going to come back on Housewives.
No.
But you are reality gold.
And
You are like, you came on reality TV and did something other people haven't done, and that is rare at this day and age to read a news story on the newspaper page. And I gotta give you credit for your grand design.
And quite
I
as
know I went too fast
Meredith
again.
Marks as well.
It's fine.
Well, and Carlos is kind of becoming the person you go to if you're disgraced. I mean, think about it. So it would make sense maybe for her to do that and then try to pole vault into House of Villains, Traders, you know, and if we have to, Baddies Club. But, you know, like you said, she clearly is a reality villain.
I mean, and she's good television. I won't deny that. Now, I will say you pulled a trick you can't pull. Oh my God, I am just seeing this like Google screenshot of New York City that is just like, it took me back home. I wish I could whirl my TV around and show it to you, but like, oh my God, like, wow, I miss New York. I want to move back, but again, we'll get to that later.
What if he brought on her and her mom?
No.
No.
The mom is too tragic.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
The mom is.
I do want to know her side, though. I want to know her side.
Wait, the mother doesn't have a side. Look at what the mother raised. She raised a broken, vile woman. She raised a Fisi who is still crying out for the love that she should have gotten from her mother at 12 years old. She said this shit on the show.
She raised a troglodyte.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's the level of backstabbing for me when it comes to it's so foul you can't find the words to describe it.
And I also have to say there's a level that a lot of people don't understand. As an on-camera person, as somebody that's like a teensy bit known, the thought of having somebody like that in my circle is beyond devastating.
Sure.
Because you like, and imagine, like, these women are known worldwide. May not be the most popular franchise, they're still known worldwide. And to have somebody in your home, around your children, sharing intimate secrets with them because you think you're on this journey together and they've been plotting and planning on you the whole time. It's a new level of foul because when you're in the public eye, you can't really trust anybody new. You can trust people that have been there prior, and even they can get weird.
Well, let me throw in this question. It's a little bit of a red herring. We all know that the more seasoned housewives have relationships with bloggers. and that they're dropping information, that things that they want circulating in the media that's pro them, and things that are damaging to people that they're going head to head with. And so, in the spirit of that, does that make this, and I'm not saying I believe that, I'm just saying I'm throwing this out for discussion, does that make this not as egregious?
I
Ah,
will throw it in a situation as I saw on British TV. There was a situation on CBB UK where someone punched and someone lied about punching a fellow contestant. It was not true, but the level of drama and disarray it caused, not only in the show itself, but also the wider public. This sort of shit where you can trust absolutely no one and they lie on you to that extent, it really is you against the world.
I would say it's one thing to hire a hitman. It's another thing to have that hitman pretend they're your friend.
Exactly.
Another thing to have the hitman in your house.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Where it's like, and the thing is, like, they're playing a game, and the thing is,
Mhm.
they're not loyal to anybody. They just want to get who they can get. And also, it's, I know you're gathering information. I know you are in my house taking pictures of my bathroom. I know you might be bugging my house, putting in surveillance monitors so you can talk about things that I'm like, I never told you that. Did I tell her that? Maybe I did tell her that. And so you have access to information that nobody should have.
Mm.
Mhm.
Because it is the ultimate, like, it's the ultimate invasion of privacy, where everything around
Of
you
what?
can be used against you.
Of what?
It's the ultimate invasion of privacy. Privacy.
British.
Of what is he?
Privacy.
No. We want to hear privacy.
Privacy.
Yeah. We love your accent. We love you.
Mhm.
I thought you couldn't hear me.
And the way you say it was so distinct. A complete invasion of privacy. We love that. We wish we could be that classy.
Oh, I'm not classy. I have less class than Mary Cosby. And she looks like her father time was very poor to Regina Hall.
I love how then you came out with privacy. Listen, I can American it up.
How much have you smoked today, Diane? Seriously.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I had to overdose because of last Sunday's Married to Medicine
Oh, God.
and Housewives of Potomac. I needed 100 milligrams to get through that. And then also, I know I'm getting a little off topic, but I have to talk about this disappointment because this is a show so bad I can't review it. And I haven't had that many times in my career. The Impact New York. Bernice Burgos is on that show. And she is 43 years old and she has a daughter who has a daughter. Again,
Oh, she's
this
a grandma.
woman is 43 years old
Oh.
and she has a daughter who has a daughter.
Yeah. I had to just Google it very quickly. The Dream Doll, she looks so out of place because you would think that she'd be on like Bad Girls Miami or something.
She was. She was on one of the Bad Girls shows. It's the classy shade. We love it. You see, I ain't saying nothing. Now, remember what I said. All I said was Bernice Burgos is on the show, and she said on the show she was 43. And her daughter is on the show, and her daughter
very
has
hard
a daughter.
43. That is a very hard 43.
Ebony said, I'm 41 and I have a son who has a son. you are not on television. And you are not on television portraying it in a certain way.
I mean, look at Jamie Lynn Spears.
That's all I said, though. It's the way that the show, like Ebony, I don't think you saw the impact, and believe me, you ain't missed nothing. But if you saw it, you would understand exactly what I'm saying.
Is it a Zeus show?
No, it's not, but it should have been.
VH1. I had to say no to that show. I tried to start watching it. And I was like,
We was messaging about it. We were both trying to watch it, and we couldn't.
Nope. I said I jumped ship.
I mean, how low?
Well, Aaron, I want to ask you this. As a fellow reality show connoisseur and aficionado of pop culture, you have an encyclopedic knowledge. I mean, you can go back to Mombi. Let's talk about it. Do you think that these shows where they try to get a bunch of influencers are failures? Because I feel like they've tried to do it. I'm sorry, what?
Entirely. There's no being unappreciative there. Having influence on the show only works when they have a certain level of top level relevance. So for argument's sake, you have elite people that say like, I don't know if I can say that you'll realize, but when they hit the upper stratospheres of relevance and clout, for say argument's sake, like Novena or something, who's an influence in the beauty scene, you need to hit that level of relevance in order to make it palatable. I mean, look at the Sorry Sirs of WeHo, for example, where they were all S-class people, or all like Z-class people, and it was car crash TV at its finest. It may as well have Anne H behind the wheel.
To answer
Wait, hold on.
I've been drinking.
No. Did he really just say that? I know he did. You see, Liam? Oh my God, Liam, I love you, but yeah, we got to have a talk behind the scenes where we can put some guardrails up on you. Fortunately, you hit a white woman, so don't nobody give a fuck, especially since she had already run herself over. But Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. And I will say, though, that is the epitome of British shame, because, I mean, I want to do the playback, because I had to think about that shit for a minute. And I said no. It took a minute. And then it hit.
Yeah. And me as a white woman that sat there.
God, Liam, I love you. Liam, I really like in this moment, that is something a young me would say.
Well, then again, I do watch your old pop from time to time, so it filters through.
It was like Anne H was that. And it wasn't just, and this is the best thing about British shade. It ain't just what you say, it's how you say it. It was so matter of fucking fact that phrase went right by me like the guardrail went right by Anne H.
Breathe. I'm your hurricane. Fuck me.
It was like Anne H. Whoa! Well, now, hold on. Now, I got one. Now, I will say, I had a moment of you this week when I said that Plasma from Drag Race was like Willow Pill without the illness plot line.
Mm-hmm.
And you were there, and I was like, ooh, when I said, everyone's like, let's see how this goes in the comments.
I agree. It was funny. Done again.
And it was like nobody. I was not trying to make fun of the illness or anything like that. That was a joke that would have been said when the library was open.
Well, then again, Plasma is built like a feminine Zac Efron.
Oh, hard in the paint. He went. I got to shout it out. Shout out to Liam for that was read of the week. Read of the week. I am impressed.
I know.
It was like Anne Heche was at the week.
Yeah, everything stood in silence. You couldn't consider ships right, and I was in hysterics.
What were you saying, Aaron?
Well, I was just saying that as a white woman, I even sat there for a second and blinked, like
Yeah, stood in silence.
a little stunned.
I think Andy Cohen can be in this in silence very soon because he needs to shut the fuck up.
Listen, something is funny when it is so close to the truth that it hurts a little bit. So, you didn't lie there at all. But yes, we all have the appropriate reaction.
Oh,
that is going to sit with you for a few days, isn't it, Diane?
It is. I'll be making eggs in the morning. Just
getting your coffee and making your fried eggs, silly side job, thinking about this read.
A good read was like when I said, when I look at her, all pejoratives apply.
Yeah, so it's the same reaction. It was like when you heard the Nikki read, how Carly read Nikki about, take him out to a park.
Whenever I take Bronx to the park, I know I don't have to run into her husband.
Well, then again, she's probably bitter. She can't take him out to a park. She can't vote. And she has to be at least 100 yards away from the school at all times.
I mean, your husband can't even pick your man up from school. That's sad.
I mean, he can't do anything. I mean, he must be amazing in bed to keep such an irrelevant human being around.
I'm sorry. Good in bed lasts for a weekend in Cabo.
He doesn't look like he is. I'm just gonna say that.
I was gonna say that too. Nikki looks like a woman who doesn't know how to own her orgasm. I think that she sat on a face but never ridden one.
Well, then again, she has got those beach
because there's a difference. You can sit on a face and not ride one.
Well, then I think there'll be a health and safety issue then because she is built like an inflatable pool toy.
Well, how heavy could that silicone be? Then again, it is weighing her ass down.
Yes. I mean, it's been weighing down since Pound the Alarm.
But back to Housewives of Salt Lake City. Monica cannot come back next year. I think that she honestly gave a little slip of mental illness. Like her obsession with Jen and these other women. I feel if I were them, I would hire security. Fortunately, she made her. I'm sorry, what?
With Monica, I think there is some degree of emotional immaturity.
Even more than that. Aaron, what were you saying?
I was going to say, I think it's more for me the double agentness of it. I cannot work with someone that can lie that smooth and be doing those two things. I'm not saying she's a smooth liar, but I mean, in a certain extent, yes. The mental illness comes in for me with the way that you were able to do the double agent. You looked me in my face knowing that you had all of this to hide.
Yeah, and I was saying about the emotional maturity thing. She can lie on a beat. And that to me screams someone who's not in control of their emotions and is not in control of their maturity. The heifer is 40. And she can lie like teenagers can. She can do that on the whim like that. Then she can't be trusted.
She really can't, and I can understand why the women will no longer film with her. And the rumor is that she's been fired. It was great. I feel like if they did, you know what? I could see Bravo doing this to send a message to anybody else that would want to do this and clog their casting process with their bullshit. Where it's like, you know what? We will cast you on the show. And I think anybody that is in this game knows production had their feelers out. And this is NBC Universal. We're talking about a corporation with literally limitless funds.
Yes.
They will find you out. And I think this was a message to them to say, you can try to get on our show if you want to, but look what we'll do to you.
So I want to ask you, Aaron, a question. Do you think it'd be appropriate for Salt Lake State to pause for a year, clear all the bullshit, and then move on? Or just cancel it outright?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They are in their ratings high. We are foaming at the mouth for more. They ended on a high note, which, a lot of times we're like, maybe I'll watch next season, maybe I won't. We are tuned in.
This is the thing. We need to have a replacement for forgot to have his name. I'm that drunk.
I mean, I'm not saying next season will be good without something else happening, but we will all be watching.
Yeah,
sure.
we're going to be tuned in.
Yeah,
and I think we know they can't compare.
Right.
But I'll also say they keep casting these crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean, not that I really want them to exercise Jen yet again, but she is the gift that keeps on giving with the lasting effects of the treachery. So, and I think they can at least get away with one regroup season if they have to do that, and then they have to deliver after that.
I would say, Aaron, to your point, I would say they've set themselves up for a regroup season where we really wouldn't mind an auntie season where we just watch everybody get along. We would honestly be like, after the wild ride we've been on, we would be like, you know what? All y'all need a rest. We'll tune in and have a little fun on a Tuesday night. We ain't even mad at it. Y'all done earned your keep. Now, don't pull that shit next season, but you can have a season of light drama, personal story, and you can get back to the fun drama too, where it's about, a cocktail glass versus a martini glass. And it's like, we don't honestly want to hear about tax debt or gay husbands. We want to hear about, God, she's really going to wear that again. We could do a season with that, and you've earned it.
Make Heather have some awkward dates, like Sutton.
Because we got Salt Lake now finished for the season. We need something like more like we need like a brand new franchise, or we need some sort of like trip season.
I was gonna say, speaking of, because this has been like a reunion-filled month, and now it's winding down. Like, we have Vanderpump Rules coming back on the 31st, so that'll feel like a little weekday Bravo hole. But
so we need some like Real Housewives of Seattle sort of thing.
Don't they
no, I live out here. No, we don't.
That?
No, we don't.
Something like that.
I live in the Bay Area, and I know why there's not a Real Housewives of the Bay Area, because these people are awful and boring.
They're not, glamour is not the priority.
There's no glamour. None. I mean, it would be a bunch of women that look like they smelled.
Oh.
Because they do.
It doesn't have to be Seattle. It could be Chicago. It could be Miami. It could be whatever.
Is that Rant Pack member Liam? Yes, it is.
It is.
Well, on that note, I want to thank you both for joining me so much and going through this crazy but finally fulfilling reunion. So, Aaron, tell the people where they can find you on social media.
Check me out on psychic_ELB on Instagram if you want to get a psychic reading. I've already done a few for the Biffas, and we've had a great time.
And Liam, where can they find you?
Well, I have no social media because mine got hacked. So I am now in between. The only thing I already have is Instagram, and I don't particularly use it that much. So your boy is a MIA heifer right now.
All right. Well, he will pop online soon enough. And y'all know where you can find me and Chris C. Diggy1 with Pop Roast. And I will see y'all soon for some. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.